If you're considering suicide, please watch this video in its entirety before making a decision. Maybe you're sitting at home alone, a bottle of pills in front of you. Maybe you've got a length of rope just waiting to be tied into a noose. Maybe you're locked up in your room, your family downstairs completely oblivious, while you sit and contemplate with a gun in your hand. Maybe you think you've had enough. Life is a lot sometimes. Life can be crippling. Life can feel like an endless torment. Life can make you feel meaningless. I know. I've felt all of that before. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you shouldn't kill yourself because things will get better. Not to say that isn't a true fact, but I know it's something you've heard a dozen times over. Everyone says it, thinking those are the magic words to end all desire for death. Things will get better. Yes, maybe they will, but why should I wait around to see if they do? I'm just going to suffer until they eventually get better, and that may be years from now. I know that's what you may be thinking, and that may be what runs through your head every time you hear that goddamn phrase. Things will get better. I understand where you are. I understand what it's like to feel like you're stuck in an endless cycle of misery and pain. I understand what it's like to slide a blade across your wrist just to feel something, anything other than this numbness. I understand what it's like to lie awake at night, unable to sleep, tormented by thoughts of all the ways you could kill yourself. I understand what it's like to picture your own funeral, to think, they won't appreciate me now, but wait until I'm gone, everyone will love me then. I understand the guilty, hidden desire to see someone crying over you, crying over your fallen body. It sounds so appealing, doesn't it? Everyone loves you once you're dead, right? Well, let's consider a few things. First, your loved ones. That's an obvious thing, which you likely have already considered, but often they're thoughts you distance yourself from. You say your family and friends would be better off without you. You say that even if they're horrified when you die, they'll move on in time. You say it, not wanting to think through the truth. I know. I've done it. No one ever recovers from losing a family member. No parent recovers from losing their child. No sibling recovers from losing another. I didn't understand this myself for a very long time. It wasn't fully drilled into my head until I woke up after having violent seizures from an intentional overdose, and from my mother looking at me. This wasn't the first time she had seen me try to kill myself, but there was a look in her eyes I had never seen before. A look of mourning, as if she had been expecting me to die and hadn't quite woken up from that thought yet. The absolute distraught I saw behind her eyes shook me. It terrified me. A few days later, my mother came to visit me in the hospital again. This time, now knowing I wasn't about to die, she was angry. She yelled about a lot, but one main thing stuck out to me. My siblings. She mentioned my siblings. Saying that their lives would be destroyed if I died. Saying that there would be no chance of recovering from that. I had heard such things before, but when my mom said it, there was a new meaning. When my mother was in college, her brother died in an accident. She had lost a sibling, someone she had known her entire life and had thought she would never be fully separated from for a very long time. I never knew my uncle, but his death had left my mother in a way she would never be the same. You never get over the death of a sibling. You never get over the death of your child. If you die, your loved ones will be haunted forever. They will never truly be happy again. They will see small things that remind them of you. Maybe what was once your favorite TV show, or maybe your favorite restaurant when they drive by. And they will break. They will crumble. They will never, never forget you, and they will live the rest of their lives in mourning. The second thing to consider, your life itself. You only have one life. This is the only chance you're going to get. Believe in reincarnation? Then think of it this way. You are never going to have a life like the one you're living now. This life is only going to happen once. Those you love are only going to be there for this life. There are so many things you'll never be able to do again. You'll never see your dog or cat again. You'll never get to experience the happiness they radiate when you pet them ever again. You'll never get another hug from your best friend. You'll never hear those you care about most say, "I love you," ever again. You'll never hear their voices. You'll never see their faces. It'll all be over. You'll never get to taste your favorite food. You'll never get to wake up to the sound of rain hitting your window and feel that sense of peace. You'll never get to play your favorite game or hear your favorite song. Ever again. It'll be over forever. Everything you've ever aspired to do will never be achieved. You'll never get to live your dreams. Some of you would never get to graduate high school. Some of you would never get to have your first kiss. Some of you would never get to experience your wedding. True love, achievement, happiness, getting your dream job, finally writing that novel, finally learning to play an instrument, finally laying down in bed and knowing your life has reached its peak. So many of you are so young. I was young the first time I tried to kill myself. I still am young. I was 13 years old the first time. I wasn't even done with middle school yet, and I was ready to end my life. Anyone watching this video who is still a teenager or even younger, I've been where you are. I've sat in bed staring at a handful of pills, wondering if I should just swallow them all and be done with it. I've written drafts of a suicide note when I should have been doing schoolwork. I've walked through school looking at every roof and high ledge and thought about how I could throw myself off and end it. I've been where you are. It's a miserable place to be, and I understand what you're going through. If you're being abused, you will escape one day. This is not forever. You will one day be free and surrounded by only those who love you. If you're struggling with trauma, there is so much to life beyond what haunts you. Maybe you will never truly forget what happened to you, but you have so many moments in the future where you find yourself in a place of true happiness, fully content and not thinking about whoever or whatever hurt you. If you feel like no one loves you, that's impossible. There's always someone who loves you. You just need to look for them. Sometimes they're hard to find, but they're always there. You don't need to die to make them come out of hiding. If you've lost all hope in life and feel there is no way to be content except death, know that feeling death will give you no feeling of relief. It will give no feeling of contentment. It will give no feeling of freedom. You will simply be dead, unable to feel the things you wished for. Death is not the answer. How do I know? Well, I've experienced all of these things, and if I could move forward from them, then you definitely can. I don't exactly set the bar that high. If you want something to hold on to, anything that could just give you the will to live, remember a time you were happy. Your first kiss, a childhood birthday party, the first time you saw their dog, even hearing news that something good happened somewhere in the world. Do you want to know a good way to find a reason to live? Start a project of some kind. Write a novel, make a movie, try to climb to the top of a career, look for love, set some kind of goal, and tell yourself you won't die until you've achieved it. By the time you get there, chances are you won't want to die anymore. Now that you've watched to the end of this video, do you still want to kill yourself? If the answer is no, you can stop not watching now if you would like. If the answer is yes, then I have a project for you. Message me on Tumblr or Twitter explaining exactly why, in detail, you believe death is the best option for you. Write as much as you possibly can to convince me of your point. Write it all out and send it to me. Then once you've sent it, read it over. Analyze it. And then step away from it. Come back in at least 24 hours. And read through it again. Analyze it again. Do that. And you'll see. Thank you to everyone who watched. I hope this video was helpful in some way. I really did my best. I'm trying to see if I can help anyone with this, even one person. Yeah, if you've been subscribed, you know I've been gone for a while, like a couple years. I've just had a lot going on in my life, like the suicide attempt I mentioned. And, yeah, but I'm back. I've got a new camera, I've got some new film equipment. I'm actually filming this on my phone because I don't have a memory card for the camera yet, but I'm working on it. I've got new content coming, I've got new makeup stuff, I've got I don't know how long it's going to take to come out, but I'm currently working on a short film I don't know how long that's gonna take. So that one might not be out for a few months or even more. And, yeah. If you felt this was meaningful, then you don't need to like or subscribe. I'm not gonna guilt you into doing that. Would be nice if you did, but I'm not gonna tell you to, because that's not why I'm making this. I'm making this to help people. People like myself. Thank you.